What's going on, my Trainer Club? Today we're going to check out the Dragonspiral event in Pokemon GO to make sure you know everything that's going on. So without further ado, let's jump right in. The event is going to start on Tuesday, December 7th at 10 a.m. local time, and that's going to go all the way until December 12th at 8 p.m. local time. So I hope you guys are ready to catch a lot of dragons out there. Like we did talk about in yesterday's video, it's a quick turnaround time between the announcement and what is going down with the tips. We have the event starting, which includes the Druddigon release, as well as the shiny form is out. So not only are we getting the release for the first time ever, we are also getting the shiny incorporated into Pokemon GO for the month of December, which is super exciting. And not only that, there's going to be a collection challenge which virtually includes you catching each and every Pokemon, which once completed is going to give you one of three things. Number one, you're going to be able to get 3,000 Stardust. Number two, 1,000 XP. And number three is going to be a Druddigon encounter. In one of my tips, I'm going to give you the Druddigon 100% IV to make sure you know exactly what's coming out of the research tasks, because it's in there as well. And then we have wild spawns. We have 1-star raids, 3-star raids, 5-star raids, which are currently going on, as well as the Steelix as the Mega. And then we also have a one-time purchase of a box for 175 coins that is going to get you 3 remote raid passes. So please make sure to take full advantage of that. So with all that said, let's not waste any more time. Let's start off with the spawns in tip number 1. Tip number 1 is going to be focusing around the spawns in Pokemon GO for the Dragonspiral event, which is focused around a lot of dragon Pokemon, but there's also some other Pokemon in here as well. We have Vulpix, Seel, Dratini, Mareep, Sneasel, Trapinch, Blitzel, as well as Darumaka. All of them do have shiny outs. And then if you're lucky, you can have one of 3 rarer spawns, which is going to be Dragonair. We have a Vibrava. Both of those are going to be second tier evolution Pokemon. They're going to get you 300 Stardust per catch. And then they are also going to give you 1 guaranteed XL candy. But be cautious, they are harder to catch. So I would suggest, obviously, if you want to use silver pineapple berries on these, you can. But also what I would suggest is at least using a silver pineapple berry, but more importantly, using a golden raspberry if it is higher up there, to at least guarantee you that 1 XL candy, because you're already getting 5 candies per catch. And then you also have the Deino with the shiny in the wild. Good luck everybody out there with getting that shiny Deino. I hope you see that. So as far as these Pokemon go, what is going to be worth for Megas and or Meta raid attackers, and then we'll jump into PvP. So we do have a Mareep out there. Mareep goes into Mega Ampharos, so that is one thing. And then as far as meta raid attackers, we do have Dratini that goes all the way into Dragonite. Shadow Dragonite is going to be really, really effective. It is the second strongest dragon in the game without Megas included. And then we have the Darmanitan. Some of you guys are like, well, Darmanitan doesn't have a Mega. You were right about that. But the Galarian Darmanitan is really strong as an Ice type attacker, but what I'm more focused on is the Zen mode Darmanitan, because that Pokemon is extremely strong. So I don't know how they're going to interact this Pokemon into the game. Are we going to form change it from a regular Darmanitan, or are we going to have to wait and then catch that Pokemon? So maybe they're going to form change it as we have for the Furfrou and for the Hoopa to be able to get us into the Zen mode. I'm not sure exactly how that's going to work in Pokemon GO, but I'm thinking that it's leading towards that direction. So for me, I would say try to get as many Dratinis and Dragonites and Dragonairs as possible, and shoot for that 656 XL candy, because you can get 1 regular if you want a shiny. And then at some point, maybe there'll be a shiny Shadow, obviously, but more importantly, the Shadow Pokemon is going to be great to max out if you do have a good quality one. You do need 360 XL candy. That's why I say 656 total XL candy to max 1 regular and 1 Shadow, which then is going to lead us into the PvP. So first and foremost, we do have Vulpix. So regular Vulpix does not really constitute for that much in Go Battle League, but the Galarian form is actually really good, and it needs to be level 50 for the Ultra League. So I would suggest catching as many Vulpix as possible and then trying your hardest to be able to get that 296 XL candy. Remember, guaranteed trades regardless of the distance for the Season of Heritage. So take full advantage of that 296 XL candy for that one. And then we have Seel. So Seel ranked 27 in the Great League, but it's going to need a dual purpose Elite Fast and Elite Charge TM to be able to get both moves on that Pokemon. But I just want to point out that that Pokemon is ranked really well. 100% IV is going to be a 0-12-15. And then moving on next, in the order of spawns, we have it ranked 26 in the Master League. So just like I talked about, guys, Dragonite, really effective. as a meta attacker, especially in the shadow form. And then it's also in the regular form ranked 26 with the moveset of Dragon Breath, Dragon Claw, and Hurricane, and ranked 31 in the shadow form, which then leads us into Weavile. Weavile, another one, 296 XL Candy, is ranked best in the Master League at rank 82. With Snarl, Avalanche, and Focus Blast, and both of those last two are best served as 100% IVs. And then we have onto Trapinch going into Flygon. It's going to be ranked 63 in the shadow form in the Great League, and then it's going to be ranked 59 in the shadow, 88 in the non-shadow for the Ultra League, 100% IV at a 0, 13, 15 at a level 41. So you are going to need a teeny bit of XL Candy to use that. And then that's going to take us into the Deino. So Deino into Hydreigon is going to be ranked 90 in the XL Master League with Dragon Breath, Dark Pulse, and Dragon Pulse on that Pokemon. And then we have its de-evolved form of Zweilous that's going to be ranked 29 in the Great League with Dragon Breath, Body Slam, and Dark Pulse at a 0, 15, 15. But just remember, these Pokemon being Dragon and Dark type combination are going to be double weak to Fairy, so that should make you a little bit cautious when using these Pokemon for specific typings, because sometimes if a Fairy comes in, it's just going to wreck this Pokemon. And then I'm going to point out a couple other Pokemons. We're going to check out the raid Pokemon here in a second in another tip, but we do have Lapras. Lapras being in the tier 3 raids is going to be ranked pretty well in the Great League, pretty well in the Ultra League, but unfortunately you're going to have to trade that to drop it down to be able to get it into its best situation for both of those leagues. And so trading those with friends that are just newly met would be the only way to do so, or catch it in the wild and not have to worry about raiding for it. But you guys know I love that Lapras. So with all that said, that's going to be everything as far as the spawns go, which is then going to lead us into tip number 2. Tip number 2 is going to be the research tasks. I really like the field research because there's some great Pokemon to get in here, so I want to make sure you guys are ready for this. We have make 3 nice curveball throws in a row, which is going to be a Dratini encounter for 30, 100% IV. We have win a raid, which is going to be a Deino encounter. 455 is going to be the 100%. We have win a raid in under 60 seconds for a Sneasel, 879. I would honestly trash this task. Not really worth it in my opinion for a Sneasel at all, but you guys can choose what you may. And then we have the win 3 raids for the Druddigon encounter. 1,171 is that Pokemon. I would suggest stacking 3 of those because win 3 raids is not the easiest thing to do, and it does have the shiny as well. So getting 3 of those, doing 3 raids for Reshiram or the Zekrom, and then moving onwards is the best way to sit for those. So that's everything to do with the field research. And so with all that said, let's get into tip number 3. Tip number 3 is going to be focused around the raid Pokemon. So we have 1-star and 3-star raids. Obviously, you guys already know what the 5-star is. You already know what the Mega is for the Steelix and the Reshiram and the Zekrom. So 1-star raids is going to be Tynomo. We have Litwick, and then we have Cubchoo with the shiny. Honestly speaking, would I raid for any of these? Probably not. I mean, you caught most of these in the wild already, and then Cubchoo is probably going to be in the holiday event as well. And then we have the Golett and the Deino. So just remember, guys, Deino is going to have a calm day at some point or another. If it does not, I will be radically shocked. But we've already seen it with Gible. It's going to happen with Deino. It's the same trajectory. So if you're gonna raid for it, please be cautious and beware that this Pokemon could potentially come out in a calm day, and then everybody, including you, will have like 30 shinies of it. But if you're gonna raid for it, 606 is gonna be the 100% IV, and that's gonna get boosted in 2 conditions: foggy as well as windy weather for the Dragon and the Dark at 100% IVs of 758. Which then leads us into 3-star raids. We have Electabuzz as well as Magmar, both have shinies. Me, I'm not raiding for those. I have plenty of shinies. I don't need that. Then we have the Lapras. Lapras, like I said, is really good in the Ultra League. However, it needs to be a 0, 15, 15, and you cannot get that even close from a raid to be able to be optimally focused for IVs, but it does have shinies that are out, right? So you can get all 3 of those as shinies. And then we have Dragonite and Druddigon. So Dragonite gives you guaranteed 2 XL candies for this one. So if you do want to do that, do I think it's worth it? I don't. You can just catch a Dratini or a Dragonair in the wild and trade it for 1 XL candy guaranteed right now because of the Season of Heritage, which then leads us into the Druddigon. So Druddigon looks to be raid locked right now and field research locked. It doesn't look to be spawning in the wild, which originally when reading over the announcement, it seemed like it was, but now it doesn't seem like it is, as according to the event spawn. So with that said, do I suggest raiding for this Pokemon? It is a cool shiny. It's a great shiny. The green is great. I think the blue regular one is great. It is in-field research tasks. That's where I would say to focus your time, because you're gonna be doing raids anyway, right? So what you could do is, if you really want the shiny, you could do 3 Druddigon raids with the 3 3 stacked up raid tasks, and then you could get 4 Druddigon encounters. Remember, 1171 is 100% IV in the field research, 1561 for normal from raids, and then in windy weather, 1951 is gonna come out of it. But Druddigon is not ranked well in the Go Battle League, and then it's competing with things like Shadow Bagon to Salamence and Shadow Dragonite. So unfortunately, this Pokemon is not stacking up as one of the top PvP Pokemon or meta attackers, so it is literally a really cool shiny, and that's kind of where it sits as of right now. So what is this event about? It's about dragon spawns. It's about stocking up, on my opinion, XL candies for a lot of these dragon spawns, getting some cool field research. We have a couple new raid bosses, but it's really still focused on Reshiram and Zekrom shinies, and having fun playing this dragon event that's adding on. Anytime I have an ability to catch a Deino, I'm all about it. So this event mimics, in my mind, because I remember we had the Gible, right? Gible was in raids for a while, and then what happened? We had a dragon event, literally the exact same thing going on. I hunted really hard for the Gible. I was after it was like 5 minutes before the event, and if you do want to check out the video, my screen recorded glitched. I didn't film it properly, and then I got the shiny Gible. So this reminds me, we had Deino locked in raids, then when it came to Go Fest, then still didn't get the shiny for the Gible, didn't get the shiny for the Deino. Now it's gonna be out in the wild, so it's going to be rare. You're gonna have to hunt it down. Once you do, you get it. Hopefully you can get that shiny. So I'm excited for everybody out there. Thank you for tuning in as always. Good luck with your dragon hunting in Pokemon Go, because we have a lot more coming in the month of December. So thank you guys for tuning in, to all my likers, commenters, subscribers, Patreon members. Everybody who takes their support and participation to the next level. I'm gonna see you guys out on the next video. Peace. I want to take this time to thank everybody who supports me in every facet. It means the world to me, and an extra special thank you to all my Patreons. I greatly appreciate the extra support to continue to allow me to pursue Pokemon Go full time, allowing me to create my daily video uploads in the most timely fashion for everyone's benefit. Plus, I get the amazing experience of sharing my creative processes behind the scenes and raiding all around the globe with select upper tiers. Thank you everybody for being a part of the Trainer Club. You all mean the absolute world to me, and I will see you guys out on the next video.